What's up, guys? So I am in the garden today and I decided that I was going to go ahead and pull out the garlic that was just looking crazy and dying and falling over, and then I also saw some onions in the front bed that are going to seed again and that have laid over. Once they lay over, that means that they are done producing. They are as big as it's going to get. So I'm going to be pulling onions today. At the beginning of this video you saw me pulling some garlic. I pulled two of the containers of garlic I had. One was elephant garlic and the other one I believe was a hardneck. I'm not sure if it was a hardneck or a soft neck variety, but I'll show you what I pulled from those. I also pulled some more garlic out of the pool that my dog dug in a bunch of times. So I still left some of them in here that were standing up, but the ones that were laid over, I did go ahead and pull them and just lay them right there because it's not really a bulb. But then I have this basket here on top. Well, that one's not, but on top is mostly the elephant garlic that I just pulled out of the container. And then on this side I have some garlic that I pulled out of a different container, and as you can see, the size of the bulbs fluctuate greatly. So this is my elephant garlic sitting all out. I think maybe this one would be the biggest one. These are corms growing at the bottom. You could replant them and get more elephant garlic. As you saw in the video, I left a bunch of them inside of that bed. But they can grow much bigger than this. Like this one, I guess, is maybe the size of a baseball, but I know they definitely can grow bigger. That is actually my first time trying to grow elephant garlic. And so elephant garlic isn't actually a garlic, it's actually in the leek family. The roots kind of give that away. They have this fibrous roots that onions have where you can just like easily separate them. So now that I have the elephant garlic separated, this is another bed of garlic or container of garlic that I pulled out. I think this was the biggest head of garlic that I got out of that bed. But again, they range from tiny to, well, that one's cut. So those are all the different sizes that I got. And I'm going to let them sit out and dry. Oh, look at that was growing. Yeah, it was definitely time to get that out. I was trying to grow another garlic right there. The ones growing in this container, I would say maybe this is the biggest one. And then followed by maybe this one. But as you can see, there are some baby ones as well. There's this purple garlic again. This was from the pool. I am actually going to leave that sitting there, and now I'm going to move on to the front bed where I have all of the onions and show you the onions that were laying over, and we're going to pull those and see what we get. So this onion right here has fallen over, which means it is ready. Oops. And it's not going to get any bigger. I should have brought, I'm going to go get my, but that's how big it is. I'm going to go get my shovel. Okay, so I finished harvesting all the ones that were just laying over, and this is what it looks like. I think the biggest one might be this one right here, which is probably like a little smaller than a baseball, or maybe the size of a baseball. The rest, I would say, are between no bulb to golf size. We still have a good portion of this bed still in here. And I didn't see any majorly huge ones. I think maybe the biggest one I saw was maybe a little bigger than a baseball. I did plant these in mid-December, and most of these varieties were between 100 days to 125 days, somewhere in there. So we're definitely coming up on harvesting time. This is only my second time trying to grow onions from starts. I got my starts from Dixondale Farms, but this was a new garden bed that I put in. It was no dig, so I had just laid down cardboard and added topsoil, compost, perlite, and I added in amendments like azomite, blood meal, bone meal, and I fertilize maybe for like the first month, but I really slacked on fertilization, so I don't know if that has something to do with the size of my onion bulbs. But usually in the past I've grown from sets 2 times and didn't get a huge bulb, way smaller than this year. So I am happy that we are going in the right direction. I don't know what it is, but these onions that I planted from seed myself look way bigger than the onions in my garden beds. I planted red onions that I grew from seeds in November. I started them, planted some inside of that container, and then some inside of my garden bed. The ones in the container are way bigger than the ones inside the garden bed. So I'm assuming that it has something to do with the soil, because that was a potting mix, and I've had that container since last year. Compared to these that were planted on the same day, and the biggest one is right here, which is not big at all. Granted, my dog did get in this bed right here and dig out lilies. He dug out garlic, and he dug out onions, so maybe that has something to do with it as well. The good thing with no dig beds is that they just get better with time, and so once I get all of these onions out of this bed, I will be transforming it into another tomato bed, maybe with zinnias as well, because I still have some more tomatoes that I can plant. And my tomatoes in the other log beds seem to be doing really well. Some of them are almost touching the bottom of the cattle panels, and so I'm really happy with them. So I am going to flip that bed once I get all the onions out, fertilize it, and turn it into another tomato bed so I can fit 11 more tomato plants. Even though these onions aren't the biggest ones, when I just sat them inside this container, it just made me so happy knowing that I grew that, and it looks so good in there. Hey guys, so it's actually the next day, and I realized I didn't end my video. I'm going to show you guys where I ended up putting, or have my son put, my onions and garlic to cure. So I have these shelves where I grew all of my starts, and I just had my son sit them out on the grow shelves. This room I call my glass room because all of the sides are glass. It stays really cooler than the rest of the house. It's dry in here, and so I thought this would be a perfect place for all of the onions and garlic to cure. So this video is a little short, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it now so that I can get out in the garden and start planting some zinnia seeds and maybe some corn as well. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.